Hey, what's going on, everybody? Who be 186 back again with another video. Uh, this kind of happened late last night. News came out that uh, Titanfall 2 was not going to be part of EA Access. So apparently, sorry, I closed the slide door. So apparently, EA Access is kind of like an EA discount service that is exclusive to Xbox One. For those of you who don't know, and most, if not all, EA games so far either are available via discount when they come out new, or they get put into the vault afterwards. After a period of time when they can be accessed for free as long as you have EA Access. Now, Titanfall came out before EA Access became a thing, and I think recently was put into the vault. I don't think it was done automatically. I think it was pretty recent. Now, um, Respawn. Now, this is the stuff that I've heard from people talking about this over the past probably say 7-8 hours. That in between sleep. Apparently, Respawn, like I kind of figured, is a independent studio that is just having their game published by EA, which is obviously one of the biggest gaming companies in the world, and apparently they Respawn owned the IP, the Titanfall IP. Now that's something I didn't know. I didn't know about that. I didn't know they owned the Titanfall name and branding and all the other stuff. I didn't know that. So it kind of makes what is happening make a little bit more sense. And there's this talk about Titanfall 2 having a marketing deal with Sony, and obviously the first Titanfall game never showed up on a Sony console. And there's been a number of reasons why that could have been it. I read an article saying that um, the reason why it didn't show up was because Sony wasn't willing to deny them what their specs were ahead of it. It was always the assumption that I assumed that Microsoft just backed up a bunch of money to EA to make the game exclusive. You also have to take into account that at least in that regard, I've always heard that the game was like, there's always been like that rumor that the game was going to be exclusive to Xbox. So I got into a little argument with a couple people on that yesterday. So regardless, the first game is exclusive. This one's not, and I guess the main thing is that a lot of people are upset about this. Now, do they have a right to be upset? And in my opinion, if you own EA Access, I can definitely understand you being upset about it. Um, Again, like, regardless of what the status is with Respawn, it's an EA game. It has the EA branding on it. I understand, Respawn owns the IP, but it is an EA game. It is an EA. It's an EA game, and if you own EA Access, then you should be at least upset that you don't get an opportunity to get the game for a discount based on what the terms and service agreement is. Now, granted, they did say that they do have disclaimers on their service agreement, and it says it there boldly. And Respawn, for whatever reason, decided that they don't want to put this thing on EA Access. And while I understand the frustration, I understand, oh, it's not fair. At the end of the day, if you guys are upset to the point where you guys are canceling pre-orders, and I've seen this all over the place, and I've seen some people threaten to cancel EA Access over it, then, I mean, truth be told, you guys were not interested in the game to begin with. Now, I don't have any interest in the game. I've seen people play the first Titanfall. I don't have an interest in it. I don't have an interest in the second one, so I'm just coming from an outsider's perspective. But if you guys are so hell bent on this being the straw that broke the camel's back, then obviously you guys didn't give a shit about this game in the first place. And I have to say this. I do think part of the disdain for this game has to do. One, I do think that the beta, I think, had a very negative response to it, and I do think that that response is genuine. I don't, you always have the extreme Xbox fanboys who are going to preach that this game was somehow altered because it's on PS4 now. But ultimately, I do think that the beta didn't help, and I also do think that a lot of the vitriol behind people upset about this, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that this used to be a franchise that Xbox fans held dearly in their heart because it was the standout game for the Xbox for a while, and it was a console exclusive for them. So I do think that plays a huge part. Just like how PlayStation fans went nuts over the whole Tomb Raider thing and having to wait essentially a year to own the game on their preferred platform, I do think that plays a part in it too. So, my overall thoughts is I understand that you're upset about it. I do understand, but I also think that if you're going to the point where you're canceling your pre-order, it's pretty clear that you didn't give a fuck about this game in the first place. And I would figure that you would have canceled the pre-order after actually getting to play the game with the beta test. And I understand that, it is a beta, so that's not representative of the final game. Excuse me. But ultimately, if it gets to that point, then I just think you guys didn't care about the game in the first place, and I think you guys are overreacting a little bit. I understand being upset, but the cancel game that you want to buy, is to me, I think it's bullshit, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you guys think below. Movie 186. I am out. Peace.